Welcome to this video on structuralism. I'm Andrew Chapman. I'm a professor of philosophy, and I'll be your guide. Structuralism is an intellectual movement that originated in the early 20th century, focusing on the underlying structures inherent in human activities, such as language, literature, culture, and psychology. It posits that these structures shape our reality and perceptions, and that by systematically analyzing these structures, we can uncover the universal elements they all share. Central to structuralism is the belief that phenomena are not defined by their individual contents, but instead by the relationships between their elements within a larger system. The movement gained prominence through the work of linguist Ferdinand de Saussure, who argued that language consists of hidden rules that determine how words are used, rather than merely consisting of the words themselves. Structuralism has since influenced a wide range of disciplines, providing a framework for understanding the complexities of human behaviors and cultural practices by examining the structures that underlie them. Structuralism emerged from advancements in linguistics and semiotics made by Saussure in the early 20th century. Saussure's work laid the foundation for analyzing language as a system of signs, each defined by its relationship to other signs, rather than by any inherent meaning in the signs themselves. This shift in perspective was a departure from existentialist and phenomenological approaches that focused on individual experience and subjectivity. Instead, structuralism posited that underlying structures govern all human cultures and languages, and that these structures shape the meanings individuals produce and comprehend. The movement was further developed and applied to a broader range of phenomena by scholars like Claude Lévi-Strauss in anthropology, Roland Barthes in literary theory, and Jacques Lacan in psychoanalysis. Structuralism provided a new analytical lens for examining cultural products, suggesting that by understanding the underlying structures, one could gain insights into the universal patterns of human thought and behavior. This approach offered an apparently more scientific and objective method for studying the humanities and social sciences, moving away from purely subjectivist interpretations. Ferdinand de Saussure is often considered the father of structuralism. His posthumously published lectures introduced the concept of language as a system of interdependent signs, each defined by its differences from others. Saussure distinguished between langue, that is, the underlying system of language, and parole, that is, the individual use of language, emphasizing that the true essence of language lies in the structure. Claude Lévi-Strauss applied Saussure's linguistic concepts to anthropology. He argued that human cultures, like languages, are composed of hidden rules that shape behaviors, myths, and social structures. In works like The Savage Mind, Lévi-Strauss analyzed kinship systems, myths, and totemism, attempting to reveal universal patterns in human societies. Roland Barthes extended structural analysis to literary theory and criticism. He emphasized the role of the reader and the system of signs in creating meaning within texts. In his book Mythologies, Barthes dissected contemporary cultural phenomena to reveal the underlying structures and myths that shape societal beliefs. Jacques Lacan integrated structuralist ideas into psychoanalysis. He reinterpreted Freudian concepts through the lens of structural linguistics, proposing that the unconscious is structured like a language. Lacan's work highlighted how the human psyche is influenced by cultural symbols and linguistic structures. The core principle of structuralism is that meaning arises from the relationships and differences between elements within a system, rather than from the elements themselves. In language, this means that words, which are signs, derive meaning not from any inherent connection to what they represent, but instead from their contrast with other words. This relational approach suggests that underlying structures govern all forms of human activity and cultural expression. Structuralists assert that these structures are universal and can be uncovered through systematic analysis. By examining the patterns and rules that govern relationships between elements, whether in language, mythology, social practices, or other things, scholars can reveal deep structures that inform human thought and behavior. This analysis goes beyond surface content to explore how elements function within the overall system, emphasizing the importance of underlying frameworks over individual components. Structuralism's influence is evident in various modern methodologies and theories, especially in the humanities and social sciences. In literary studies, structuralism has led to a deeper understanding of genre conventions, narrative structures, and the role of symbolism. By analyzing texts through their underlying structures, scholars can identify universal themes and patterns that transcend cultural and temporal boundaries. In anthropology, structuralism has fostered comparative studies of myths, kinship systems, and social rituals. Lévi-Strauss's work revealed that disparate cultures often share similar underlying structures in their myths and social organizations, suggesting a universal aspect of human cognition. In psychology, particularly in Lacanian psychoanalysis, structuralism has influenced the understanding of the human psyche by emphasizing the role of language and symbols in shaping unconscious desires and identity formation. Structuralism has also impacted semiotics, the study of signs and symbols, by providing tools for analyzing cultural artifacts and media. By analyzing the structures that underlie advertisements, films, and other cultural products, scholars can uncover the hidden messages and societal norms they perpetuate. Structuralism has sparked significant debate, particularly with the rise of poststructuralism, which challenges the idea of fixed, universal structures. Poststructuralists argue that structures are not stable and that meanings are not fixed, but instead are constantly shifting due to the influence of historical contexts, power dynamics, and individual interpretations. Critics of structuralism contend that its reliance on stable structures overlooks the complexities and ambiguities of human experiences and social changes. They argue that structuralism is too deterministic, failing to account for human agency and the fluidity of meaning. Scholars like Michel Foucault and Jacques Derrida have critiqued structuralism's emphasis on static systems. Foucault introduced the concept of discursive formulations, suggesting that what we consider knowledge is shaped by historical and social contexts. Derrida's deconstruction focuses on the inherent contradictions within texts, arguing that meanings are always deferred and never fully present, thus challenging the idea of fixed structures. These debates highlight the dynamic nature of theoretical discourse in the humanities and social sciences, with structuralism serving as a foundational approach that subsequent theories have built upon or reacted against. Critics often argue that structuralism is overly abstract and neglects the role of history and individual variability. They claim that by focusing on universal structures, structuralism diminishes the importance of cultural specificity and personal experience. Additionally, some suggest that structuralism's methodologies can be too rigid, imposing a predetermined framework onto complex phenomena. In response, proponents of structuralism contend that the approach does not deny human agency or historical influences, but rather seeks to uncover the deeper patterns that shape them. They argue that structural analysis provides valuable insights into fundamental aspects of human cognition and culture, offering a systematic way to understand the commonalities across diverse societies. Structuralists also point out that recognizing underlying structures does not eliminate the significance of variations. Instead, it provides a baseline from which differences can be more meaningfully explored. By understanding the structural foundations, scholars can better appreciate the nuances and innovations that arise within specific contexts. Structuralism has made significant contributions across disciplines. In linguistics, Saussure's ideas revolutionized the study of language, leading to developments in syntax, semantics, and phonology. In anthropology, structuralism facilitated cross-cultural comparisons and advanced the understanding of human societies by revealing common structural patterns in myths and social organizations. In literary theory, structuralism provided new methods for textual analysis, focusing on narrative structures, themes, and the role of the reader in interpreting texts. In psychology, particularly in Lacanian psychoanalysis, structuralism influenced the conceptualization of the unconscious and the formation of identity through language and symbols. In semiotics and cultural studies, structuralism offers tools for analyzing symbols and signs within cultural artifacts, enhancing the understanding of how meaning is constructed and communicated. This interdisciplinary impact demonstrates structuralism's versatility and its foundational role in modern theoretical frameworks. While structuralism has been somewhat overshadowed by poststructuralism and other theoretical developments, it remains influential in the academic study of culture and language. Structuralist methodologies continue to be employed in various fields, particularly where systematic analysis of underlying patterns is valuable. In literary studies, structuralist approaches are used to dissect narrative structures and genres. In anthropology, structuralism informs studies of kinship, mythology, and social organization. Additionally, structuralism's emphasis on systems and relationships aligns with contemporary interests in network theory and complex systems analysis. Structuralism also persists in influencing critical theory and semiotics, providing foundational concepts that underpin ongoing scholarly discussions. Its legacy endures as scholars continue to explore the structures that shape human thought and cultural expressions. The impact of structuralism on the humanities and social sciences has been profound, permanently altering the intellectual landscape. By shifting focus from individual elements to the relationships within systems, structuralism introduced a new way of thinking about language, culture, and society. Structuralism's legacy is evident in the development of subsequent theories, such as poststructuralism, deconstruction, and various forms of critical theory. These movements, while often critiquing structuralism, build upon its foundational ideas about the importance of underlying systems and the constructed nature of meaning. Moreover, structuralism has influenced practical applications beyond academia. In fields like marketing, understanding the structures of consumer behavior aids in developing strategies that resonate with the target audience. In artificial intelligence and cognitive science, insights into linguistic and cognitive structures inform the development of models that mimic human understanding. In conclusion, structuralism is a theoretical paradigm that has revolutionized multiple fields by shifting the focus from individual elements to the structures that underlie various human activities. By emphasizing the interdependence of elements within a system, structuralism provides a powerful tool for analyzing language, culture, and society. Despite criticisms regarding its perceived rigidity and determinism, structuralism's analytical frameworks continue to influence academic research, offering profound insights into the universal structures that shape human interactions and cultural expressions. Its emphasis on uncovering the deep-seated patterns that govern human thought and behavior ensures that structuralism remains a vital and enduring component of intellectual inquiry.